Do what it does to do. Divide your IQ by 2. Do what it does to do. Divide your IQ by. Do what it does to do. Divide your IQ by 2. Do what it does to do. Divide your IQ by 2. Watch me do what it does to whip my brain into shape.
Welcome back to I Did This Instead of Killing Myself, a stand-up comedy and lifestyle podcast I host out of my apartment. My name's David Bakker, and that wasn't our normal intro song. That was our guest today, one half of the Nasty Hooks, Mr. Travis Thuband, a.k.a. Pistiana Jones, Pete the Mangler. He's got like 18 billion of these. The unmolded ham, fat tits, repurposed shame, stank ass, the broke bitch. Travis. Travis is he's one of my favorite guests we've had on so far. I love every comic, but Travis is great. He's hilarious. Number one, great guy. He's one of the longest standing comics here in Greenville. He's coming up on his 10th year of stand up. And if you ever have been to any of the mics around town, you know that he's always funny, always unpredictable, and just a really cool guy. And I was also pretty nervous to have him on. So first part of our interview, we talked about his style in comedy, and you know, when he's on stage, he's always so much of a character. But we actually got serious with him. I've never seen him be serious before, but it was great. Awesome conversation. We covered kind of his background in comedy, going back to when he started. We talked about crypto, NFTs. We talked about his musical band, or his musical group, the Nasty Hooks. We talked about burning the system down and a whole lot more in our 2 hours. So really appreciate Travis doing the show. Before we get into the interview, here is what's going on in local comedy the week of December 13th, 2021. So to start the week, we have Coffee Underground, the No Expectations mic, hosted by Travis or Craig Holcomb. That starts at 7 o'clock. Get there a little early to sign up. Immediately following that, we have Habiba's Mediterranean Restaurant, All Jokes Aside, hosted by Dante Anderson. That's at 8:30. On Tuesday, we have a new mic that is just getting started. Buchanan's Bar and Grill on Wade Hampton Boulevard. That's at 8:30. Dante has been hosting that as well. Message him for details. On Wednesday, we have the Radio Room open mic back on, hosted by Adam Schulte at 8 o'clock, no cover. On Thursday, Comedy Zone Jokes Out Loud open mic is back. That's at 8 o'clock, $10 cover. And then getting close to Christmas, this Saturday, we have the Toys for Tots show at the Flat. This is a show hosted by Adam Schulte, Stone Grown Comedy. Great show for a great cause. The doors open at 8:30, show at 9 o'clock. There's a $5 cover. Or bring an unwrapped toy and give it to the kids. All right, y'all. That's it for local comedy. Hope you guys have a fantastic week, and I hope you enjoy my interview with Travis. Here it is. Did I mess that up?
I don't think so.
I think we're good.
It looks like it's recording. As long as it's recording here and recording, you got to sync it up after the fact. Like you have your video and audio separate.
I'll do that, but I realized I just clicked ahead.
No, well.
Great start.
No, it's fine.
No, we're good.
I think it's great.
I've never been more nervous for a podcast interview,
really?
Travis.
Does that make you uncomfortable?
Yes.
Why?
A little bit.
Why?
Well, no, not really. Because I respect you.
Uh-huh.
And also, your hosting techniques and methods are very unpredictable.
It just, you know, it leaves something to be desired, I think. There's nights where I'm hosting and I'm really on and it's going great and I'm having fun, and there's nights like last night where like I just really felt like I was eating shit all night.
You felt off last night?
Yeah, I felt like I was eating shit all night.
What do you think it was?
I don't know.
You think it was those
I think it was me.
Kids in the front row that were like all, because they're not normally?
No, I blame me. When it's something like that, I blame me. Like I try as much as I can not to put it on the room or the audience. I should be able to make it funny regardless of the circumstances.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes, you got like a shit room full of dumb people or drunks or dirty whites, and it's bad. Like, especially if it's all dirty whites, it's bad generally, But like, it's just like last night for sure. I felt like it was off. Like I was off. Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was funny.
That's good.
But apparently I laugh at everything. But I thought it was a fun night overall.
No, for sure. I feel like there were a lot of good sets. I feel like everybody else, for the most part, was doing better than I was doing all night.
No, it was.
I felt like I kept getting up and trying to like expand on the energy and just keep it rolling and like, here we go, little punchy, boom, boom, we're gonna fucking do a thing.
And then it kind of landed a little flat.
Like, and it's like, oh fuck, I should have said nothing. I should have been like, here's your next fucking comic, everybody. Like, what the fuck am I doing?
No, Well, I mean, even that little bit like is an exception, I'd say. Where did you? I mean, do you have a plan when you go up there?
It depends. Depends on the day and how I'm feeling and what I'm doing. If it's a paid show, I definitely have a plan.
Okay.
If it's an open mic, it depends on if I'm working on something specific or if I'm running a specific set or if I'm trying to hone down a premise.
Yeah.
It really just depends. And I reserve the right to pivot at any point in time and just change what I'm going to do entirely.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't know what's going to happen.
Well, for what it's worth, like, you can't tell if you have a plan or not. That's why I asked the question.
Sometimes,
like,
for sure.
Like, how it appears to me is that you just are completely, like, you don't give a shit about anything. And, like, it could go anywhere. And you're okay with that. And for whatever reason, the audience is relaxed and confident in you despite how insane it is. For anybody who hasn't seen Travis, like, this is easily the most serious I've ever seen you.
Or just hanging out, commenting.
Man. I know. That's why I wasn't sure what I was going to be doing. I was like, oh.
Look, I get aggressive as a descriptor a lot, and it's just like, I enjoy false aggression. I enjoy like playing it up. Like I enjoy the cartoonish levels of emoting to things. Like take something to the nth degree, and sometimes it doesn't go over. Before I did comedy, like that, I've lost friends and stuff because of how I've acted. Like I get fucking. So
you like before you were like seriously that way?
Not necessarily, but just like the phrase "you play too much" might qualify. You know what I mean?
Do you drink?
I'm not a drinker. No.
No. Were you at any point? Like,
I mean, I have drank. I've been drunk. I just I don't really like being drunk. I don't like the feeling of being drunk. It's like that fucking out of body, like, oh, I'm in my head and I'm in here.
Right.
But the dude running the show's a fucking dipshit. Yeah. I can see him doing all this dumb shit, but I couldn't stop him if I wanted to.
Right.
I could. Right. Oh, how come shoes are so hard? What the fuck? It's just, I don't like that weird feeling. And then like
you're out of control.
Yeah. And then like the fatigue, which I guess is just the dehydration of drinking alcohol. But like it did make me want to drink water.
Yeah.
But like it feels like you've been swimming all day, like that feeling like you've been in the pool all day and you get out of the pool and you can still kind of like feel the waves lapping on you. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Then I'd get the spins.
Yeah.
And plus like I can sip on like a mixed drink over several hours if I'm in the mood for it. Like I can drink hard liquor over a long period of time if I'm in the mood for it.
Yeah.
But in general, I don't really.
Yeah.
Drink. It's just not. And if I get drunk, I get belligerent.
Yeah.
Like not cool to be around.
I bet I could picture that. Maybe.
Might need to be ejected from your home. Like. might need help
Yeah.
navigating the physical space.
Yeah.
Just not good.
But on stage you lean towards like emoting aggression and stuff. Like okay.
It depends. Like I ultimately like getting up there to have fun. Like it's taken me a long time to get to a place where I'm competent and comfortable being aggressive in that way. Because you can definitely turn a whole room of people against you really easily with that type of shit. Like if you're too aggro in a way that comes off as real, if it comes off as like really real, like if there's not an element of like, this is crazy, this is ridiculous, if that element can't easily be read in it, if the audience feels like you are angry at them,
right,
you're not gonna do good. And I know that for sure. I've had it happen.
Okay.
I've done shit to where I've had just crickets. Like I've eaten a lot of shit. But you know,
I'm a big fan of Jim Carrey. And if there's any actor that I think of in terms of being extra over the top, and sometimes he has just rants that are just insane, but there's always that silliness that runs through it. But I don't know if that's even a comparison, if anybody's ever compared you to that. You don't, I mean,
Jim Carrey, but
in that one way, like you guys
don't. I could see it, like the over the topness. Like I like the absurdist angle of comedy. I don't like touching on like overly political shit or like hot button topics or like stuff like that, because it's like everybody, it's done. Everybody, who gives a fuck what you think about? Like I don't fucking care to get into that shit. Like it's just not fun for me. So it's like,
I agree.
If I can take something that's like horrible or fucking bizarre or super uncomfortable or fucking just off-putting and present it in a way that's like silly and stupid and fun and make people laugh with it, then that's what I want to do. It's fun. Trying to have fun, you know.
Trying to have fun. We having fun. Fun.
You having fun? You having a good time?
That's one of Travis's little tags when he hosts. You having fun? We having fun. We
Having fun. You got to ask everybody. You got to point at them and ask them directly. You got to put every single audience member on the spot. And I try to figure out why
that's funny. I think it's funny because that's a cliche douchey host thing to say, and you're saying it ironically.
That's another thing I like to do is if I can. I don't know if you've seen me do it too much, but sometimes I'll get into the whole like. So how about that weather, folks? Come on, you guys having a good time tonight? All right.
I've really got to. I've really got to be coming to the state.
I've got to be in the mood for it to like be able to pull it off effectively. But it's just.
I feel like you can't blink with any of these things. Like if you like hesitate at all. Like it's all gonna unravel. Like if I try to do that, I'd be like, oh fuck, I'm an idiot. Like mid sentence.
It can.
You know.
You also got to be like I'm not, because of the type of material that I do and have done and the way that I do comedy, I am always prepared and in fact expecting to get a bad response. I am always expecting to do horribly.
Right.
When it goes well, I'm
surprised.
I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm always expecting to eat shit because like I say crazy shit. I say super crazy shit. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, but it's like I've done it long enough in the way that I do it to it doesn't matter. Like if it goes south, I'll figure out how to recover from it, or I won't, and somebody else will have to deal with it. You do what you can.
I try to get to that place and not care or not have an expectation, like you said.
It takes a long time. Like I've been doing fucking comedy for.
Are you depressed when you're gonna say the number?
Yeah, it's shameful. It's shameful. I've been doing comedy since the summer of 2012.
So you're coming up on year 10?
Yeah, next year, this coming summer.
How does that feel, man?
It feels shitty, dude.
What?
It feels shitty because like so many circumstances have happened to where I'm not where I would like to be. I'd like to not be living in the fucking slum I live in. I'd like to be somewhere else, but it's just like one thing after another, the shit happens, and it's like, well,
Like life shit?
yeah, life shit. And it's like, yeah, well, you got to deal with this shit. You can't really focus super hard on comedy because, like, your fucking job doesn't allow you to do that. And then it's like,
Yeah.
okay, well, fucking, so I get to go out once every 6 months for 4 years. Awesome. Cool. Fucking zero
happened?
progression. Yeah, there was a big stretch where
You couldn't hit mics
I
at
couldn't
all?
hit mics at all. Like, I couldn't come out at all. It wasn't until 2016, 2015, late 2015, when I was able to start hitting mics like super regularly.
Remind me what your day job is.
Nothing right now. I'm a fucking bum right now, but
You're a full-time comic.
yeah. I'm fucking
Chase with the dream.
I was a concierge at a upscale retirement facility.
Okay.
And that job started with me working third shift security,
Okay.
which pretty much amounted to me collecting trash and responding to emergencies.
But third shift, you can't.
It was pretty sweet.
But you can't do any mics on third shift.
No.
And that was
Well, my schedule timed out that I had Mondays off.
okay.
So I could hit the Monday mic.
Right.
And like I was Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, it was 3 days on, 4 days off. So I could hit the Monday mic and Tuesday mic sometimes up in Asheville, which I didn't make it out much. I fucking hate doing things and going places.
Like driving to Asheville.
Yeah,
that's
dude.
a pain.
This,
I mean,
it's fucking stressful, man. It's like this fucking concrete barriers for like fucking 15 miles, and it's like
the highway.
yeah, and everybody's just like, we gotta fucking get there. But all the signs say 55, and everybody's doing 70, and there's just like
So you don't like
a
traffic?
foot. I don't like highway driving. Like I
Yeah.
can do it, but it's fucking super stressful.
Yeah.
I like to get around Greenville. I don't fucking get on the highway if I can help it.
Really?
Yeah, I ride around town, but I've lived here fucking 30 years.
Yeah.
So it's there's ways around town that are
Yeah.
almost equivalent to highway times.
Yeah.
If you're not a fucking idiot.
I'm the exact opposite. I drive constantly. I like am at home on the highway, but it's horribly dangerous though. I have my
Yeah.
phone and I'm watching stuff.
Yeah, super dangerous.
But
You're watching stuff, so you drive around watching stuff.
yeah, like YouTube, Netflix.
Like YouTube, Netflix.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All of it.
Wow.
But it's up here. Gosh.
Mhm.
I'm gonna die tonight.
Yeah.
as I
Why do you do that?
Why do I knock on wood?
No. Why do
Oh.
you watch things while you operate your vehicle?
I think I just have driven so much that I've gotten so used to multitasking.
Is it cool if I vape
that-
in here? Is that all right?
What's that?
Can I vape inside?
Yeah.
your apartment? Is that cool?
Yeah, dude.
I have vices, you know.
Yeah, that's all right. I have vices. I dip. Chew.
That's disgusting.
I know.
That's so
Pretty
disgusting.
nasty. I always hate myself when it's over. Back when I was addicted to vapes, I didn't mind it that much.
I used to do it.
Oh, are those Enjoys?
Yeah, the Enjoy.
I used to have that exact
This
one.
helped me get off cigarettes.
Okay.
Yeah, this and the fucking Marlboro had one that was called the Mark 10, and it looked like a little cigarette.
Yeah.
And those shits, like, for me, it's like it's how it hits your throat. Because I smoked cigarettes from like 14 to 27. Like I smoked cigarettes for like 15 years. Like I smoked cigarettes forever. I don't know math. That's probably wrong. But like the way the hot smoke hits your throat is different. Like vape rigs and shit. Like it's either too much or it's just not good.
Vape rigs are like the heavy duty, like it's like a cartridge.
Yeah, and it's
that
like
you
it's
hold-
so
like a brick.
involved.
Yeah. And it's like you inhale it, you don't know it did anything, and until
And then
you
you're
start
choking.
breathing out, you're like,
you're
oh my
fucking dying.
God. My whole lung is full. Yeah.
It's fucking, and
Do
then you got to deal with like the whole like vape culture douche to like fuck with the rigs and the douches.
Yeah.
Man. Like you got to go
Jess
to a
Cooley
vape
has
shop.
a rig, I think.
I think he gets
Doesn't
those
he?
disposables actually.
Does he?
I think he did have a rig. My wife had a rig. I mean, I've seen it makes sense for some people, but at the same time, it's like I'll go to the gas station, I'll pay fucking $10, I'll get 2 little pods.
Yeah.
They'll last me fucking 3 days, and that'll be it. Like,
Yeah.
I need to get off this shit.
Do you think it's better than smoking?
I don't know long term if it's better than smoking. I know I don't cough up brown shit in the morning.
Yeah.
I know my lungs don't feel heavy. I
Yeah.
know I don't I'm not hacking and coughing every fucking day for no reason.
Yeah.
Like, I was packing a half a day. Like, I was smoking.
You were in deep.
I was smoking.
Yeah.
Like, I liked it. Big time. I miss cigarettes.
Do you miss it?
I still want cigarettes.
Because it's everything, right? It's like the culture of smoke. It's like when
It's
you
just
have
like-
it.
yeah.
It's like the association with meals and like
This shit sucks because you can just
anytime, right?
all day long. You can just sit and take in way more nicotine than is healthy for your body to
Yeah.
fucking take in.
Dude, I was super addicted a couple years ago. I don't know how I got off. I just remember I was working out at the time, and nothing in my lifestyle changed except that. So I was able to like isolate the variable in my head of what had happened.
Yeah.
And on the treadmill, I just started to feel like gassed for no reason. Freaked me out.
I got into a car accident, and the car got totaled, and had been going back and forth between vapes and cigarettes for a while. Got a new car and had never smoked in the car, and was like, not smoking in the car.
Hell yeah.
Not gonna smoke in the car.
Because it's your new car. You didn't want to mess it up.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
it got to the point where it was like, what the I'm standing here smoking outside of the fucking car. Like, just vape. I'll just vape. It's not a big deal. Because you can vape in the car. Like, you can vape in the car.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not a big
It's
deal.
not sticking around the upholstery or anything.
Not too bad. It takes a long time, but it's not too bad.
So, year 10.
It fucking sucks, man, because it's like, I should be...
Yeah, where would you want to be, dude?
I want to be somewhere fucking else. I don't want to be in Greenville, man. I fucking hate the South. I've lived here my whole fucking life, and I fucking hate it. I hate it. And there's so many... Like, I almost got into a fist fight in a bar one time because of bitching about how it fucking sucks.
And somebody else is like, no, it doesn't.
And some dude was like, hey, man,
That's Moss City.
Greyhound bus station's right down the road. If you don't like it, you can fucking leave. Like, fuck off, dude. If I could leave, I'd be fucking gone, bro. I'm poor. Fuck you.
Oh my god.
It sucks. But it's like, you know, shit happens. You deal. I've tried to make the best of it and get as good at comedy as I can get in this environment. So when I do shift, and I will not be here forever. When I do shift, I'll be...
You will shift for comedy?
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What is, I mean, maybe you don't want to say, but what would be your next move, like if you could?
I don't know.
Because it's not a, I mean, do you think the limitation now for you is financial, or it's more like you want to be at a talent level that's higher than where you're at? Like what?
It's a financial thing more than anything at the moment, because like whatever scene you get into, like you're gonna have to fucking work your way into that
Just
scene
like
the same way regardless. You know, if you're not already like getting big feature spots, headline spots, and you fucking meet people like across the country that way, like if you haven't done that, which I haven't, I'm friends with like almost 5,000 people on Facebook because I added literally everybody and the people you may know for like 3 weeks.
for Comedy Network?
Yeah. No, just for anybody.
Just for everybody.
Yeah. You know, and it's just dumb, you know, like Facebook, that type of networking shit I can't fucking really wrap my head around. So it's like, no matter what, I'm going to have to go to a scene, start hitting mics, meeting comics, fucking being funny.
Yeah.
Like that's what matters more than anything, is fucking being undeniably fucking hilarious.
That's the cool thing too, I think, is hopefully there's different tastes and things, but like funny's funny kind of. So it's kind of like, if you're funny here, you should be able to be just as funny there.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe even more so, because you're different than them.
Right. Come from somewhere else, and then should be in bigger scenes, there should be better comics, supposedly. Like, I don't know. You know, like, I'm not a genius.
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
But it's weird, man. It feels like stagnation at times, but you gotta do what's best for your life end of it. Like, I can't fucking... It's not just me.
You're married.
Right. It's like, I have a wife.
Why'd you go and do that?
I love her. What are you gonna do?
That's good.
What are you gonna do?
That's a good answer.
I mean, I do.
I was just like, I never met your wife. I'm sure she's good.
She's a wonderful person.
She's a wonderful woman.
Yeah. She's great.
And she supports your comedy.
She does. She
so
supports
she'd be along.
my whole life right now.
Yeah.
If you're out there, I know you're out there. You're out there at work. Thanks for going to work. I'm not. Later, I might get it.
This is big, dude.
You got it, baby. You got it.
This is big. We're just a breath away from making money off this.
She brings home the bacon and fries it up in a pan. No, it's
that's great.
I worked jobs forever and I fucked my back up real bad, and then fucking working at the retirement home, dude. Like the upscale retirement facility, like super high dollar, like hoity-toity, fucking bougie ass,
like rich
whites, bunch of old whites, bunch of fucking crotchety old crusty fucking whites.
Yeah.
Just crusty, dusty, fucking musty ass. Honky motherfuckers as far as the eye can fucking see, dude. Just fucking horrible. I mean, there's a handful of them that was likable and shit, but for the most part, you know, they were just awful people, and their children were awful people. Their children were the worst, the most entitled, just fucking disgusting human beings you'd ever want to deal with.
Really? Like they didn't want to be there when they visited?
Oh yeah, like in and out, like fuck, just the shit I had to deal with when like I was working there when COVID hit. And almost got run over by this dude that didn't want his temperature taken.
One of the residents, the old guy?
No, a son of a resident. And we were on full lockdown, like no visitation, no nothing. And unless you are a caregiver, you weren't getting in.
Right.
And this dude was like, I'm here to take care of my mom. And it's like, nobody's told me about this. Like, are you her caregiver? And he wouldn't answer any questions. He wouldn't get his temperature taken.
Yeah.
None of that. And he just, like, he peeled out in the car. We had to call the cops. It was a whole thing, man. You deal with crazy shit at a place like that. But it got too stressful, man. Like, it's dark.
Yeah.
It's dark working at a place like that.
Yeah. You ever seen the Ricky Gervais' show on Netflix?
Derek?
Maybe. I forget the name of it. I shouldn't have brought it up without
remembering the name. I think it's Derek.
But that takes place in a nursing home.
Yeah.
One of the guys. And
that's a good show.
It is
It's a very good show.
Ricky Gervais is dark.
That'll make you cry.
Yeah. Ricky Gervais and his
Carl Pilkington
and
is
his atheism and his dark world. He'll take you into a nursing home.
Yeah.
But it's still funny.
No, it is. It's very
it's
funny.
that small town English paper, right? Then they write stories, and one of his friends works at a nursing home.
Yeah.
So, did you ever write any jokes from that time?
From that time? Sure. Yeah, I've got some jokes from that time. I haven't done them in a while. I need to revisit a bunch of my nursing home jokes, because some stuff I haven't talked about because I was working there at the time. And it's like, I try to avoid anything incriminating or related to my employment when I'm employed at a place.
Yeah.
I try to keep it out of my comedy, you know. I try not, for the same reason I'm not like I smoke weed. I'm a fucking big weed head guy. I smoke a lot of weed. I don't do a lot of weed comedy. I don't do stoner shit because it's like fucking at this point it doesn't matter. I haven't worked in a fucking year. Like, I quit my job in November of last year. Yeah. And have been grinding on other shit. But it's like, I don't know. I don't need to be the fucking weed comedy guy, but it's like, just certain shit I avoid. It's just too much to think about and worry about. Like, poop. Prolapsed anuses.
Prolapse rectum.
A little prolapse.
Which reminds me of the blue collar comedy too, or whatever that's called. It's a little bit. It's so good. It occurred to me too that I doubt I've seen much of your act, if ever, because I don't know if I've ever seen you at a paid show. I see you at open mics where...
Yeah, you see me fucking around a lot.
Yeah.
You see me fucking
Which
around
I honestly prefer.
Because I'll do that for like weeks and weeks and weeks. Like, I'll go and write on stage for weeks. Like, I'll go and find shit and play around and fuck around. And
what percentage of shit out of those
shit? I don't know.
Fuck around sessions do you keep?
Do I keep?
I mean, that's hard to probably say, but...
It's hard to put a percentage on it, but it's probably like... 15 or 20 maybe.
Okay.
And that's being like high on it. It's probably closer to, I'd say, like 5. Anywhere between 5 and 20% of that shit goes to actual jokes. There's plenty of shit that happens like in the moment too that's like not repeatable. Like It happens in that room on that night with that crowd,
Yeah.
and that's when it happens.
Yeah.
You forget to record it. You don't. It's gone.
Do you record your sets?
I do. I
Yeah.
record them audio. I haven't fucked with video yet.
Okay.
Mostly out of laziness. I got a GoPro now. I could.
Yeah.
But it's mostly out of laziness.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I record them. I got a shitload of them recorded, and I haven't listened to them in forever, and I need to go back through and listen to them. I especially need to listen to my most recent shit that I'm working on, that Washed in the Blood business.
Yeah. I was going to ask you.
That's a fun one.
That's a keeper.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm super happy about that.
Yeah. I
don't know when I thought of
it's
it.
I hate how cliche. How'd you come up with
No,
that?
right?
I was going to, but I'm actually curious because
I had a note in my phone for like 3 or 4 weeks with the basic beats and premises written out. Like I had a thought at some point. It might have been right before I was falling asleep. It might have been when I was taking a shit. I might have been super stoned. I don't really remember. I just know I had this idea really based on like the phrase washed in the blood.
yeah,
Like for some reason my brain went back through
like a Pentecostal preacher would
my
say
upbringing and shit, or Baptist preacher.
Baptist, yeah.
Fundamental Baptist is how I fucking grew up, man. Like I grew up in the church and fucking stopped going in high school, and fucking now I go and scream about the many entangled writhing serpents. Like it's just so funny to me
Yeah.
to take that energy of like, and the sinner, and and that whole fucking energy of like
Yeah.
fire and brimstone, like that fucking we gotta get big, energized for Jesus.
Yeah.
We gotta do it right now, and the Lord said,
Yeah.
and
you engage the audience members like popcorn, like washed
in the blood. You washed in the blood, and then
when everybody's in on
I
it,
get amens, and then I turn it, and like last Monday I walked people. 2 people left.
because they were offended by
Probably.
the sacrilegious tone,
The heretical performance.
Some
Probably.
dumbass Baptist.
I mean,
just kidding.
maybe.
I'm just
These fucking stupid religious motherfuckers. No, it's fine. You can believe what you want.
Oh my God.
It's okay. But it's the juxtaposition is super funny to me, you know? I'm thinking about dressing up for it. Just I want to make it go as long as humanly possible. That's something that's very funny to me, is to like take a really stupid concept and try to stretch it into like where it's not funny and then it gets funny again.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
I'm cool with people being uncomfortable. I'm cool with people being angry.
Are you a fan of Norm Macdonald?
I'm a big Norm Macdonald.
You like Norm?
fan.
Yeah, I really like him too. And I remember he talked about an SNL joke they tried to build like that to where it wasn't funny, but they were just going to keep going with examples until it got funny, and then he's like, it never got funny.
Yeah.
But I liked his attitude. And I fangirl out about him way too much, but I do really
Yeah, he's
like
dead.
him. He's dead.
He did.
Just move on. I should move on.
I mean, you don't got to move on. He got real into Jesus at the end, so I'm sure he's in heaven
Yeah.
or whatever.
well, yeah, he did believe in
believe-
God.
you
He
believe
took
in
that
God?
seriously.
Do you believe in God, David?
Yeah, still,
You
but
do?
I have a lot of doubts too.
Do you?
Yeah.
What do you doubt?
We can talk about this in 1 second. I want to finish this thought.
Okay.
out
No, yeah.
really
Finish your
quick.
thought. I don't
And
want to
then we
cut
will
you.
talk
Yes,
about it.
absolutely.
But what I was going to say about Norm was he was comfortable bombing, even on a live thing. Like he didn't give a shit, which I see that in you. Like you don't, or I'm sure you don't.
I don't care.
Like when it doesn't go well.
It's
but
not
you also,
great. It's not what I'm going for.
Uh-huh.
But there are times where it's like I'm bombing. I'll lean into it even. Like,
Yeah.
Like, okay, it's gonna go this way. Well, it's really gonna.
Yeah.
Oftentimes, I'll dig myself out with that attitude.
Yeah.
But you know,
Norm
if I'm
said that's
bombing,
the funniest thing.
Mhm.
A bomb.
just
Because
eat
what's
it.
funnier than a person
Just eat
trying
it.
to make people laugh and it not working?
Oh, it hurts so bad.
That's honestly why I laugh. People give me shit for laughing a lot during
No,
sets,
but it's
I'll
funny.
laugh at the joke bombing at the split second.
Because you can see,
I
like,
can
this
see
was
when it-
supposed to happen.
Yeah, I know
and
exactly.
It didn't go.
Yeah,
it
and
didn't
to me
go.
it's genuinely hilarious. I'm not faking that. People think I'm trying to save them. No,
That's
I just
so
think it's
funny.
hilarious. But I believe in God. Yeah, but I had a real. I wrestled with it a lot when I started doing comedy because it made me happy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw people in my life judge me
Mm-hmm.
for doing something that made me happy
Mm-hmm.
because in a technical sense it wasn't
Christian.
Christian.
Yeah.
That's a short way to sum up some of it. And then I kind of look back experientially at how I viewed Christianity,
Mm-hmm.
especially in my 20s. And it was this really tense tug of war between like living a secular life that's just practical, like dating and drinking and just stuff that comes up, and hating myself for it, and then try, because like I would take things pretty seriously. Like if I'm reading what's being taught,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it seriously. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna be like, shit, I'm a piece of shit, dude. Like this is really hard, and it was such a hard way to feel and live about it. So like, I don't know if I wasn't interpreting it right, or if the doctrine of grace I'm missing some of. I don't.
This motherfucker says doctrine of grace.
You know what I mean?
No, I get what you're saying.
Like, because the Christian answer is, it's fine. But then, is it fine?
No.
Because I think, you're saying I'm a piece of shit still. I feel like a piece of shit.
It's weird.
So it's that, and then like I've truly never been happier or more balanced now, and I'm like, well, what do I do with that? Because like,
keep going forward.
yeah, I think so.
I'm going to encourage you to keep going forward because I've had similar reckonings and grapplings. Because like I said, I grew up going to church.
Yeah, I wanted to hear that
every single Sunday. Like I went to church every Sunday. Like my grandmother came and picked me up, me and my brother, me and my sister. Like I'm older than them while it was just me, but like Sunday school, King's Kids on Wednesday evenings, like all that type of shit, and I just have so many instances and memories of like being a kid and feeling super judged in those spaces, for whatever reason, just feeling super uncomfortable when I knew it shouldn't be that way, like based on everything I was learning, like it shouldn't feel that way, but everything always felt really stiff and uncomfortable, and like people are just fucking judging you. And like my home life was super secular. My parents were fucking, like, my mom grew up that way, but she didn't necessarily live that way when I grew up. And it's like I went to public school and shit, and I just like I got into high school and I really started thinking about shit that doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. Like what?
Like fucking original sin, everybody's born a fucking sinner, and then like the fucking gospel and like preaching the gospel and going around and spreading the good word and all of that, right? Like that's been going on for how long?
2,000 years.
How many people are down with it right now? Like it's a weird thing where it's like God's on some bullshit. If God's for real, like if God is for real and is the God that they say that God is, that's a mean, hateful, evil motherfucker. That's a piece of shit, man. That's a fucked up motherfucker. It's babies that get cancer, bro. It's babies that get cancer and die. For what?
The randomness.
It makes no sense. And there's
tough.
just so many instances of it not making sense enough that it's like, okay. And then you add that to all the super religious people I've ever interacted with are kind of shitty to be around.
Yeah.
They're not fun. They're fucking. You feel judged,
and it seems like a lot of people live secular lives outside. It's very compartmentalized. Even the folks,
and that's bullshit to me. To me, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Like I'm a shitty person and I'm a hypocrite. I'm a garbage human being, and those are facts. These are all facts. I'm a shitty person, a hypocrite, garbage human being.
There's your original sin, bro.
But I'm not. I fucking own that. I don't go to some place on the and some people really live that life and do that thing and are those super good people to the best of their abilities, and that's great for them, but like they're not in the majority. I don't think. I feel like for the most part it's a swizzle. It's a fucking psyop to make money and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
See,
overall,
all those
organized
criticisms
religion.
I heard and knew before, the real switch for me kind of came when my own experience didn't match what it should.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm like, when I started to be happy
Yeah.
by kind of
Yeah,
you
stop worrying about if God is gonna fucking smite you for being a piece of shit. Yeah.
and then you end up being less of a piece of shit, hopefully.
Yeah, dude.
Because, you actually
Open up and are more accepting of things that
Yeah.
immediately
And you're less, like-
offhand, originally, like you're a good little Christian, right offhand, there's certain shit that's like, oh, that's bad. Mm-hmm. That's bad because, well, it's the book. The book said that's bad. And these people that do these, like, they seem like nice people. These people that they're doing bad things, though. These people, they're doing bad things, and the book said it's bad.
Yeah.
And I'm really uncomfortable around these bad people because they're going to hell. Like, it's just, it's so crazy to me.
Yeah.
I'd rather fucking believe other shit.
Yeah.
Hope for other shit.
Right. Well, are you a happy person?
Not in general, no.
No. What makes you happy?
Fucking's pretty cool.
Okay, cool.
Doing comedy's good.
Yeah.
Chilling, video games.
Mhm.
Having free time.
Yeah.
Having free time. If it's constructive free time. Right now, I'm in this weird, like, slog. This rut. This fucking. I've got too much free time.
Yeah.
And not enough shit to fill it with, but at the same time, I'm super depressive. Like
Sure.
I've been in a real hard slump lately.
Uh-huh.
I've been struggling to fucking get out and do things.
Yeah.
fucking interact with people.
Yeah.
I end up being a real shut in
Yeah.
sometimes.
That's really hard because you're introverted, right, by
Mhm.
temperament. Yeah.
For the most part, like I'm one of those that like introverted extrovert.
No, I feel like I
guess.
can tell. I know.
Like where it's like if the environment's right and shit is cool, like I'll fucking eat up all the attention I can fucking get.
Yeah.
But there's other times where it's like I don't want to be around anybody. I don't want to fucking talk to anybody. Like I like alone time.
Yeah,
I like
me too.
fucking being by myself. I like fucking chilling.
Yeah.
Like minding my own business.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking sleeping.
Yeah, dude, me too. Dude, there's nothing better than naps.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Especially when you're super depressed, man, you can fucking just like, you get up, you do the little bit of shit you got to do to stay a functional human being,
Have you seen?
and then you fucking sleep for 6 or 7 hours, and you wake up and it's nighttime, and you're like, oh, cool, now I can fucking zone out into television for a couple hours, smoke some weed, and I
Yeah.
could fucking go to sleep, get up and do it again. I could just pretend, I could just live in the dream world.
Yeah.
For a little while.
Exactly, dude. Have you ever seen King of the Hill? Are you a
Yeah.
fan of that show?
Oh, yeah.
There was remember the bald guy? I think his name's Dale.
Bill.
Bill.
Mm.
Bill. I don't know what the context of the quote was, but he just said something about how he talked about going to sleep, and he's like, I take naps because being awake is too depressing. For a guy like him, definitely true.
Yeah.
I love naps too.
No, it's great.
But
I hate waking up.
Do you
from
have?
shit.
I've had periods of my life with a ton of idle time. The pandemic was kind of one, and then I've had periods in my job where I was working out of my house remote, not a lot of check-in time from the boss, where I had a lot of free time.
Yeah.
And it's funny; those times can be real miserable.
It's like it starts off super cool.
It does.
It starts off super cool, like a week or two where it's fucking badass. You just fucking sleep, do whatever, fucking play video games, and then like
you kinda
it starts
drift.
to get to where it's like, so we're just watching X-Files all day. It's good though.
Yeah.
You know, this fucking Scully and Mulder chasing down aliens and shit. You know,
Yeah.
it's dark.
Yeah.
It feels like childhood. I've been doing a lot of that lately, where I get this weird nostalgia high off these shows that I didn't really watch as a child, but I was aware of peripherally. Like I caught a couple episodes, like the big, everybody knows about like The Simpsons and the X-Files.
yeah.
Like I didn't watch The Simpsons
are
or
all-
the X-Files as a kid.
That was the Fox Sunday lineup there.
I've been
You got both of
binging
them.
those shows.
Yeah.
And it gives me this weird nostalgia for something I never experienced. And it's
Yeah.
a weird, super weird feeling. But
Yeah, that's comforting.
But yeah,
I got that with
Star Trek. I watch a lot of
Star Trek. I tried to start watching that because Todd is his podcast.
Todd's a big Trekkie.
I know nothing about it. I tried to watch it on. What is it on? Is it on Netflix right now? Enterprise.
I think Star Trek is on like all the platforms somehow. Like, pretty sure Prime has Star Trek. I'm pretty sure Netflix has Star Trek. Hulu, Paramount has all of it. Like Paramount has like all of it because they've got Picard and the Lower Decks and shit, which is neither here nor there. But I haven't watched Enterprise. I watched the series is from the 90s, the Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager.
Which one's the one with the guy from Reading Rainbow?
That is Next Generation.
Next Generation. That's when I started.
That's one of the best ones to start. It gets real good in the second season. The first season
I got real
confused
slow after the first couple of minutes. I was like, "What?"
There is a lot of dialogue that you should pay attention to.
Yeah, I turned the captions on because I was like, "Dude, I gotta start."
Because they're talking about shit like, and there's so much fake science jargon and shit that they're using, and there's so much politics in it.
Is it all consistent through? So like, you can.
I mean,
take whatever they're saying to the bank. It's gonna come up later. Like,
not necessarily, but as far as like each individual episode, like paying attention to what's people are talking about, you can figure out what's going on later and see, like, it's easier to keep up with like how the problems are happening and getting figured out. But Star Trek was one of those shows I fucking watched in the background a lot as a kid.
Yeah, Seinfeld's that for me. The Office, which is really kind of annoyed it got so mainstream. Not everybody likes it. But
yeah,
I used to
not cool anymore.
No, but I used to love it. I had the freaking DVDs.
Did you?
I was watching that in high school.
Did you ever watch the British?
A little bit.
Version.
I think I dabbled in the first couple episodes. I never watched the full thing.
No.
Is it good?
It's not bad. It's a British version of it, so it's different. You know, quirky, drier.
Yeah. But yeah, I would have that feeling. When I was a kid, I would Seinfeld wasn't on DVD yet, so we'd record. I somehow had audio recordings of Seinfeld, and I go to bed listening to.
Okay,
is that weird?
That's a little weird.
Is that weird?
That's a little weird.
Yeah. Well, it started with Adventures in Odyssey, which is the Christian focus on the family stories, which are awesome. They're really good.
Okay.
But then I was like, I want to listen to Seinfeld. So weird. But anyway, yeah, dude. So when you got a lot of free time on your hands, that's why we talked about this.
Yeah, that's how we got here. It's it can be daunting.
Right.
It's every day is the same.
Because you figure out what you want to do with your free time, which, I mean, you use it for comedy in part, and you're also a musician. I wanted to ask you about this. Nasty Hooks.
Yeah.
You're one of the two members of the Nasty Hooks, right?
Yeah.
And I've heard a couple of your songs Schulte played, and they're freaking badass. So
well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So where's that?
So
what's that about? Where are you at with that?
Me and Christian Winkler, who I met through comedy, started fucking around, making music together because he's made beats forever, and I had crazy lyrics in my head for years, and we turned them into a couple songs, and then we just kept going. We kept working on this shit and kept working on this shit, like in our free time. Like it was like late 2017 we started making songs together, and then probably about 3 months into the pandemic we started.
Late 2017 you started, so you've been doing it 3 years until.
Yeah, and then pandemic hit, and we were off for a while, and then it was like 3-4 months where we didn't really work on anything.
Yeah.
And, you know, we've just been putting shit out on SoundCloud and Spotify. Got like an EP and 2 albums, 2 EPs, 3 EPs.
What's
I don't
that
know.
mean? Executive.
I don't know even what EP stands for. It's like a single. There's like fucking 4 or 5 songs on it versus like 13 or 14 or whatever.
Have you gotten traction with that?
I mean, to some extent, we let's see. Over this past summer, we started working with crypto shit and NFTs, making NFTs of our
Non-fungible
songs.
tokens.
And
I don't even understand this, but I want to know about it.
So, quick, stupid version, because I'm not smart and I don't understand it super well, working with people smarter than myself, but a non-fungible token is a digital asset. So, for example, we'll use the Nasty Hooks as an example. We've made these NFTs that are video GIFs. They're not even GIFs. That was the first series. We just did a second one where we went and filmed 7 fucking music videos, right?
Okay.
And then to get the music video, you got to fucking get... One second. There's so many moving parts to this shit. Like, for real. There's so many moving parts to this shit with, like, crypto and NFTs and blockchains and all that shit that it's like... like, I've had to download all this shit in my head over the past 6 months, and it's a weird space to work in, all this virtual shit. Because we've been doing virtual shows like twice a week, every week for fucking 6 months.
Okay.
In fucking Discord and other virtual places. Like
Discord, that's a platform.
It's a lot of people use it for voice for fucking games and shit like that. But there's all kinds of different communities
like
in
Twitch?
Discord. It's similar to Twitch, but less focused around streaming.
Okay.
Which we're streaming there.
Check them out.
No, yeah. TheNastyHooks.com. We got a website, but basically, from like motherfuckers, artists, or douchebags, or whoever, that you fucking make it an NFT and you try to sell it to people. And
is it like crypto in that it's like scarce, like there's only one of them,
right?
And it can't be copied or ripped off in any sort of way. Like, that's kind of the
good thing about NFTs that hopefully will come in the future is the way it works is like, say you bought an NFT of ours, right? We made that and it's coded that, like, say you sell it, right? Say it goes up in value, you sell it, we get X amount out of that sale. And then that person decides to sell it. We get X amount out of that sale.
So you get royalties off
in
of however
perpetuity
many times
forever. And there's no middleman in between what's happening. So we have full control over what we're creating.
It's not like you have to rely on a record company.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's also a weird space where everything is experimental and like 90% of the projects are totally fucking bullshit money grabs where motherfuckers are trying to fuck people over and take their fucking money. So
it's like
it's a weird space to be in, and it's like greasy because like a lot of blockchains are super environmentally fucking detrimental, and a lot of people are rightfully like pissed off about that
because of the electricity it takes to create to mine the currency.
Yeah, because what it does, like a blockchain is a physical blockchain of fucking computer towers. They take servers and they connect them all together in a fucking warehouse. There'll be like fucking 8,000 of them or whatever. And a lot of places, like a lot of bigger mining operations, like crypto mining operations, they do that in like fucking third world countries where they set it up and they run it on fucking gasoline powered generators and shit.
Right.
So it's not great.
Right.
But
isn't it expensive too to do it that way? So it lends itself more to more efficient energy long term.
Yes. And a lot of the big blockchains are moving towards a greener usage. Like ETH2 is going to be way greener. Fucking so on
Ethereum
and so forth.
Second.
Yeah, Ethereum. They're coming out.
You know a lot about crypto.
I've had to learn quite a bit. I try not to talk about it a whole lot because, like, if you go on Facebook and look in any comment section where anybody's talking about NFTs or crypto, like, it's all bad. It's all the devil. It's all fucking. It's all bad news. And like, there's a lot of warranted opinions there for sure, because there's a bunch of Swizzler motherfuckers that are trying to fuck people over. Yeah, for sure. But like the Wax blockchain, which is what we operate on.
That's where your
is the crypto
Nasty Hook NFTs reside.
Yes, on the Wax blockchain. Okay. There's several different marketplaces you can go to like fuck with them or whatever. But the Wax blockchain takes less electricity than Facebook takes to run. So it's relatively green comparatively.
Right.
So it's like, and it's like wax is like 70 cents on the dollar right now, which fucking is, I don't even want to talk about it because I pulled out at 50 cents to fucking do shit. I don't want to talk about it because I missed out on like $1,500, something like that, because I didn't wait 5 days like a fucking asshole, like a stupid fucking asshole. But it's a space where we've been able to make enough money to continue sustaining ourselves as a band and a project in this space, because like
purely based off of
yeah
your own songs and production.
Getting people to come in and get into our community and see what we're doing, and like we do the shows. We're doing a show tonight. Like I'll run home and fucking smoke some more and fucking eat something and fucking ride across town to his place, and we'll fucking get on Discord tonight and fucking do a little show.
What do you enjoy more, music or comedy?
Comedy.
Yeah.
Music's fun. It's super fun. We haven't done any actual like IRL live shows yet, which I'll be hyped to do that once we get to that point. We need a laptop, really, is the thing we need to do it, because like we play our songs, and you know, with a Focusrite just like this, we fucking we play the music through Discord, and then we come in over it.
Okay.
Like we don't take
no
out
vocals on it. Then
no, we leave the vocals on it. So it's just like us on top of it, like like they do at hip hop shows and shit, where it's like the track is going, but we're fucking going on top of it. You can break away and be like, yo, what up? Yeah.
Yeah.
And we give away NFTs and shit to get people interested in our project and whatnot. And like it may continue to expand the way it goes. I hope that it does. You know, we've done all right, like as far as NFT projects go, but it's a weird space.
So how can people consume your music? Is it like
it's all on SoundCloud? You can go listen to SoundCloud, The Nasty Hooks. It's all on there. You can go check it out for free. TheNastyHooks.com. We were able to get that actual URL, which is dope.
Hell yeah.
And that's got links to all of our shit, TheNastyHooks.com.
And if people want to like support you financially, they could buy.
You check us out on Redbubble. We've got merch up on Redbubble. We got T-shirts, you know, graphics and shit like that. If you want to get into crypto, you know, do a lot of reading. Do some reading before you do that. Don't buy any more crypto than you could like afford to lose. Don't buy any crypto that, you know, don't use your rent. Like
I'll put links to all this stuff, by the way, so they can click on it.
But it's weird. It's weird, but we got like, I don't know, 500 some people in our Discord.
That's awesome. In your Discord, so those are 500 people that are like subscribed, quote unquote, and will tune in.
They've joined our Discord. I think the most that we've had like in a live stream is like 25 or 30 at a time. Okay, which is pretty high numbers for like a fucking Discord channel.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And we've got like 10 or 15 like hardcore like ride or die motherfuckers that are there like fucking every fucking week, all about our shit. We've sold like 2 or 3 T-shirts fucking to people that were telling us like, where can we want T-shirts? Where can we buy fucking merch?
Right. Now, for anybody who hasn't heard your shit yet, you know how they have like, if you like this, you might also like, you know, like what? How would you describe? Because I remember the song fucking slapped. I was just like, dude, that's Travis. Dang.
We take the dumbest premises that we can fucking think of, and we turn them into nasty hooks. Like that's like generally the songs are built off of several different hooks.
Okay.
Like sometimes there's verses and choruses and shit, and like, but it's generally just a dumbass premise, just like the dumbest fucking thing we can think of.
Right.
And if we're laughing about it, and then we'll fucking try to incorporate it into a song, or fucking, you know, we'll try to put it on a beat, or we'll, you know, the beat will go first, and we'll fucking put a dumb premise on that, or vice versa. It's just like, it's wild shit. Don't play it in front of your grandma. Don't play it in front of children. You will probably offend boomer-aged motherfuckers with it. It is not, It's not proper. It's not nice.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's stupid. We got songs about, doing air duster. We got songs about Bigfoot having titties.
Yeah.
We got songs about all kinds of crazy shit, stealing pills out of your grandma's purse and sleeping forever. We've got,
Dude, I think stupid shit survives time better than sappy shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there's stuff that I've looked back, like, I don't know if you have any old journals, but I have old journals from like middle school and shit.
Yeah.
Or just old movies I used to like, or
Mhm.
like things that were overly sentimental or like trying to be deep. I'm usually like, dude, I should go kill myself. Like, that's so stupid.
Yeah, I wish I had.
But I like silly comedy, playful, like, whatever.
Yeah, it that type of shit does stand the test of time a little better, depending.
Yeah. Some stuff I do still like serious stuff, but it's few and far between, I think.
It takes more energy to consume and fucking ponder serious shit where it's like those same fucking concepts can be wrapped up in some super silly shit, like
exactly,
and you don't have to even think about it like that's just like, that's right, I know that is how that is.
That's
what's fun about
I was
comedy.
just looking at my DVD. I was trying to think of an example while I looked at that. Breaking Bad is one of my favorite shows, and that's almost become a cliche too because so many people like it.
So popular.
But I do love that it's funny too. If you've seen the show, yeah.
There's a lot of good comedic
crap.
moments in that show. Sure. Absolutely.
They even call it like a dark or black comedy or something as a genre.
The dad from Malcolm in the Middle starts slinging meth.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
That's hilarious.
It's crazy.
Or just it's real because like what would actually happen if he tried to do that? Well, he'd probably fuck up a bunch and there'd be a bunch of crazy. He'd be in over his head and he makes the drug dealers funny. He makes everybody. But. Anyway, so dude, if you could like make your own Travis Thuband hour, it's on HBO, whatever. I'm envisioning music involved with it. Would you ever want it to be that, or would you keep those separate? Would you?
I don't know, because like, as far as Nasty Hooks goes, we've talked about like if we get to the point where like we're getting booked at venues and whatnot, we definitely want to have like comics open up for us and potentially
and Christian does stand up too.
Yeah. And potentially do sets ourselves, like, have fucking three or fucking 40 minutes of comedy up top and then an hour show or whatever, I don't know if I personally like had a like special, HBO special happening. Like I don't know that it would be anything more than like straight stand up the way that I do it.
Okay.
Throughout, because like stand up to me is a different thing than they are separate in that like they can go together and work together, but they are separate things.
Sure.
Like there's definitely elements that cross over, but the virtual shows is a weird thing. Like I've gotten super used to like being on camera and doing shit on camera and like streaming in places and fucking working with green screen and like playing to nobody. Like I can pull all the energy right out of my asshole and fucking put on a great show with zero response because I don't know what the fuck people think.
Yeah,
because we're doing it regardless.
Yeah,
but it's a different thing.
Sure,
it's a different thing. I think I enjoy comedy more, but
do you know why?
I think it's the direct feedback, so it's like that may change once we get some like live shows going. We're trying to get on at the radio room at some point, but like I said, we need equipment to fully do a show.
Okay,
but
so buy some t-shirts, get the laptop.
Yeah, buy some t-shirts, and we'll get a laptop. Go buy some wax. Figure out how to buy some crypto, spend all your money on that. Take some money out of your mom's purse, go to thenastyhooks.com,
whatever it takes.
Figure out how to go
donate
and
some blood.
Buy our NFTs. We are artists. We made these with our own sweat, blood, and tears. We took 3 months and like recorded 7 music videos. You got to take and buy fucking ingredient pieces, and you blend those ingredient pieces together and you get the full music video. And these motherfuckers some people are making licks off of our shit, dude. Like, some people are selling our shit.
They're ripping it off?
No, like when they will sell it on the secondary after they've built it up or whatever, and fucking make.
Wait, they'll sell the NFT?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And make $40, $50, $100.
So you're still getting a residual.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we get like 5%, I think, is what it's set at.
Okay.
But yeah, some motherfuckers making money off of our shit, man. And we've made some money off of it too. We're gonna see how it goes. I don't know. Mm-hmm. It's wild. It's some weird shit.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't make a lot of sense to me either.
Yeah.
And there's just a lot of fucking shady shit happening in that space.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's a jungle.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what's going to happen.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I don't think it's stupid or bad, though. All these guys, they're all obsessed with crypto.
Yeah.
All of my college buddies. In fact, we're on this group chat, and it's silenced because they give me crap because I'll check in randomly. I'm definitely a casual person. I have some. I own some crypto as a hedge because I'm like, if these idiots are right, I am not missing out. Like, but nothing that I couldn't afford losing. So do you follow crypto as in relation to like U.S. monetary policy? And like the inflation with the dollar, do you look at it in that sense? I
mean,
and because that's their angle more. It's like the dollar doesn't seem to be worth much anymore or tied to anything. We're printing a lot of money. We're doing a lot of expansion of the money supply.
I mean, the dollar hadn't been tied to anything in a long, long time.
That's right.
That kind of doesn't matter. We've been printing money forever. It's all like the thing about crypto versus fucking regulated fucking fiat money.
Yeah, right.
Is it's all made up bullshit. It's all made up bullshit. It has value because people believe
it has value
that it
because
does.
people trust
That's it.
the system.
That's it.
Yeah.
People believe it has value. It has value. Fucking, I bought some wax at 18 cents on the dollar. I fucking waited and it's worth fucking 50 cents on the dollar. I sell. I fucking have more money than I had before. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to make some dollars. I'm trying to fucking keep the lights on.
Right.
I don't know what the fuck else. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, I keep up with it enough to not fuck myself over, but I don't keep up with it so much that like I'm one of those annoying crypto bros.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to fucking proselytize the people. I don't want to fucking like. I'm trying to make my lick and get the fuck out. Like, I don't. It's like I don't know. It's crazy.
I feel the same. Part of it's because I'm lazy. Because it'd be really hard and complicated. And
so much learning to do.
Yeah.
So like much learning.
Maybe
to do.
if I did learn it, I'd be like an evangelist for crypto. But I just want to hedge and forget about it.
Right.
You know.
And it's right now, from like, in all my experience fucking with crypto and NFTs and whatnot, it is something you've got to like constantly kind of pay attention to see what's going on and see fucking like, do I need to move things over here? Do I need to buy this thing? Fucking how much? It's just it's a headache, really. But I mean, you pull money out of the computer for fucking nothing, and it's like, well.
Yeah, how is that much more real than this other new thing?
I mean, the money hit the fucking bank, bro. So it's like,
the card swipe, dude.
We got groceries this week, so fucking, you know, whatever, dude.
It's definitely more than a fringe thing. I remember a few years ago, it
definitely,
was like
it's going somewhere.
Yeah,
like it's going somewhere. I don't know where that's going to be. I don't know if NFTs are going to fucking be the end all be all, because eventually, like. People are like, what is it? The meme talking about this pick goes hard. Feel free to screenshot. Like, that's motherfuckers talking about NFTs. Just right click and save as, and it's like, okay, for sure. But at the same time, the digital assets, physical assets are gonna get fucking scarce. I don't know if people understand, but like, we live on a rock with finite resources,
right.
And eventually, like. There's not going to be no paper for paper tickets. There's not going to be like the world is going to move to a place where physical assets are less and less of what gets commodified and traded between individuals. If solar flare doesn't happen, or fucking nuclear war, or fucking famine, or fucking wildfires or flooding or, you know, there's just a lot of things that could happen and do happen and are happening places, you know.
The thing that's crazy to me is the how interconnected everything is. It's very fragile. It's much more fragile than most people
Paper clips
realize.
and bubble gum are holding this fucking society together, dude.
All it took was literally a week of fear around the pandemic at the outset.
Yeah,
for
and
toilet
there
paper
was
to
no
be
toilet paper
unavailable
anywhere.
And that was just one example.
Yeah,
the supply chain hangs together by a
that
thread.
shit's all fucky right now.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy, man. And what's fucking crazy about it is like the people that benefit from the system the most currently could absolutely take steps to like make it more efficient and better for everybody and profitable for that. Like it's so crazy how it's like, yeah, long term would be great to think about, but I need this quarter's profits to fucking go up.
Yeah,
I need them to go up this quarter.
Yeah, we're kind of it's like we're
crazy.
We're drug addicts on the quarterly earnings statement.
It's crazy.
I work for a publicly traded company, and you know I love my company and stuff, but we have to be short sighted. If we're not, the shareholders will freak.
Yeah,
and you know. So you kind of have to, and it keeps you vigilant, like it keeps us, but there's also definite drawbacks from that, not looking at the long term.
Yeah.
And you know, as a country, we kind of think that way too. It's like, let's just finance this round of debt. Let's kick the can. Who cares if we're 30 trillion in debt? Well, that's might eventually come home to roost if people stop buying our bonds.
Exponential growth of profits forever. With finite resources, it's just not possible.
And I'm a fan of profit.
Everybody
as
is.
a signal.
Everybody loves profit.
I don't want to be too anti-capitalist. I'm anti-crony capitalist.
Bro. I'm all against organized society. Fuck capitalism.
You're anarcho.
Fucking.
Well,
I don't believe in a state. State's bullshit.
State is bullshit.
The state. A state.
A state.
The state.
Like the nation state. Yeah,
it's bullshit. We're all just in a meat grinder, man.
Yeah. Well, I think,
and it's out of control. It's off the rails.
I think profit is important in its purest form.
Why?
Because it's a signal of what you're doing is good. Without a profit incentive, you wouldn't really know what to do. Economic actors in a system without a profit incentive or without prices that mean anything are like you at home with way too much time on your hands not knowing what the fuck to do. Because you could try something, but there's no signal back to you from the market that what you're doing is good.
I mean,
that's an economic truth. I can't flinch on that. But okay. Well,
profit incentive isn't everything, because I mean,
it's not everything.
No, and I mean,
it communicates information.
Human civilization advanced for many thousands of years without profit incentive. You know, the strict like gaining of profit and fucking building profit wasn't the fucking end all be all.
No, true, very true. But this is the example
recent.
I'd point to, and this you could say this is good or bad, but I like to point to the rapid pace of innovation since. You know, the West kind of went with a capitalist model opposed to older systems. Early 1900s Industrial Revolution.
Some would argue that the innovation has really bottlenecked and stagnated in many areas where it didn't have to for profit.
No, sure. There's definitely problems with how governments get involved and how corporations get involved with the government to screw it up at the detriment of, I think, the consumer.
Yeah.
But I was just the one example I point to is the pace of innovation. If you go back to ancient Egypt 5,000 years ago, whatever, like I don't know specifically, it's not a history point, but they were, you know, chariots, horse-drawn vehicles.
For sure.
And then you fast forward 5,000 years, all those centuries, and then you go to like before the car was invented. It was the same mode of transportation. As just an illustration. And then from that early 1900s to now, you know, we have spaceships, we have telecommunications. So that pace of innovation is the reason for that. The economic explanation would be free exchange, prices, companies jumping over themselves to make more profit at the benefit of consumers usually. I mean, well, okay, I'm saying by and large, it's easy to point to where you get fucked over, and there are those examples.
There's lots of them.
But as big of a dick as Bezos is, as big of a dick as Steve Jobs was, you still have the world in your pocket. You still have access to things with it. And you could say that's right or wrong, but enough people voluntarily opted for that, which produced the profit, which produced
enough people voluntarily opted for that. I think enough people were
they vote with their dollars,
conditioned for that.
Well, that's another argument.
We're a society here in America specifically, and we've spread it to far reaches of the globe. We're a society of fucking consumers.
Oh, sure.
And it's needless consumption.
I'm not arguing for the morality
of
it.
Emptiness.
I'm arguing for the objective, what it is.
But you could also say that
it could be bad. Like, we could be better off in that other state.
A lot of innovation, could have been made if profit wasn't the incentive. Which
was
like fucking Tesla dying poor and fucking his shit getting ripped off by fucking Edison and whatnot. Like, there's a lot of examples of fucking how profit being the main goal has fucking hindered things, and you can tell by like the point that we're at now, because you can go to the store and there's fucking it's all bullshit. Everything falls apart. Everything's bullshit. It's gotten to this point where it fucking can't sustain itself,
right,
for profit's sake.
Right. Well, what I'm saying, what is profit?
It's fucking,
how do you make a profit?
What do you mean? How do you make a profit? You make monies.
How do you make money?
You make money by fucking people over, man.
Who buys your shit?
Dummies.
Okay, so you feel like they're being misled always.
For the most part.
Well, that's an argument.
For the most part.
I would say no. I would say they're not. I would say there are crooks, but I would say by and large people spend their money carefully. There are a lot of idiots, don't get me wrong. And you can,
most people are fucking broke though, and they spend their money carefully because they have to.
Well, yeah.
Like, there's not a lot of leeway for a lot of people as far as like spending on things. And most of the companies that produce everything that we consume here there's only a handful of companies that own all of those companies,
right?
So it's
and that's not a good thing.
No, in one way or another.
And once those companies get big, what they do, they lobby the government to set up laws that make it really hard for small companies to compete.
Make it hard for small companies to compete.
So I don't like that aspect of capitalism. I think that's awful, because that's worse for the consumer.
But that's how it functions.
It is.
That's how it functions. It's an exploitative system.
My only point is, don't throw out everything, because it is kind of a miracle that we live like how we do in a lot of ways. So like,
that's baloney.
I would rather have, indoor plumbing and, all the amenities we have. Even the people that don't have a lot of money do live a higher standard of living than if you went to a third world country like here in America. Like if you go to Haiti or India or shit like that.
There's some pretty shitty places here in America.
There are.
I mean, shitty places right here.
But I would say, like, if you've ever been to Haiti,
I haven't been to Haiti.
Everything is shit, dude. Everything.
I know, but why is that? What happened to Haiti?
The economic explanation for that is there's no stability in terms of a central government. It's all corrupt.
Why?
So, because I don't know the history of Haiti. I know it was a colony from the French, and then it was a slave colony that got revolted.
Capitalism right there. Slave colony. Capitalism.
No, that's not capitalism.
Slavery. Travis, what are you talking about? It's the cornerstone of capitalism.
No, it's not.
What are you talking about?
No, slavery is antithetical to capitalism. Because capitalism relies on free individuals making voluntary choices.
Well,
and keeping their property. People aren't property.
Not anymore.
No, I don't.
You don't think
I don't buy that at all.
No, it has a cornerstone in slavery? You think that's ridiculous?
No, I think you could associate the two if you want to make a lazy argument. But I think
lazy argument.
in a textbook that we don't have to. I don't want to get all. I don't want to get like this, Travis. I love you. I'm just kidding. This is all whatever.
You fucking bootlicking shill, you. You fucking corporate fucking shill. Look at you. You think people that don't like billionaires are bad, don't you?
No, I don't. Yeah. I mean, they gotta be bored. I think about that a lot.
Yeah, they are bored. That's why they torture human beings.
They do?
Of course they do.
What do you mean? The sweatshops? What are you talking about?
Fucking sweatshops, fucking Epstein Island, fucking all kinds of shit like that. Human trafficking serves somebody.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm not saying
No,
capitalism has its flaws. For sure.
Big giant flaws.
But I don't feel like enough people appreciate how amazing a lot of
It's fucking amazing.
Living in 2021 is.
It's super amazing.
It's freaking
to have a
amazing.
computer in my pocket and not be able to afford health care and fucking hope I get to go to the dentist this year.
Look, we can't solve all their problems. You know,
That's right.
Like
we can have 50 different types of hot sauce. That's what I'm about. I'm a hot sauce guy, personally. I like cereal and hot sauce. I like jacking off, eating cereal, and drinking hot sauce.
We have to skip that colonoscopy.
I mean, honestly, what I need is more.
But you got the world in your pocket.
I got the world in my pocket.
Dude, healthcare's jacked, man.
It's fucked.
It is.
You know why?
Because we're unhealthy.
Profit. Because the healthcare system
complicated. This is a different conversation.
This
is a different conversation. I think
it's been profitized for many years.
I think I'll agree with you, and I don't want to get fired when I go down.
No,
this
you
path.
shouldn't. Don't. You already said some shit, and some of your other you really need to. Healthcare is great. We love selling medical devices.
You know what I think is really bullshit?
How expensive those devices are.
How woke corporations get just to gain some air cover from the bullshit they're really doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Corporations don't give a shit. Like if I see like more
Nope.
companies with rainbow logos on Pride Month, and I feel like that gets taken as anti that. I'm not anti that at all.
Do you
agree with me there?
It's bullshit, is what it is. That's all big corporations, which is all corporations because there's fucking 6 corporations. Like it's all a big swizzle, man.
So
they're gonna pump out bullshit, and we're gonna keep eating it until we all fucking die. The world's gonna burn, man.
Yeah,
the outlook is bleak.
it is.
It's bleak because it's like people rioted for a fucking year. Very little fucking shifted. Like, and very little is gonna shift for a very long time. And things progressively, as far as like civilization and humanity goes, technically it's better now than it's ever been for anybody. But it's still pretty fucking shitty for most people, and we're all gonna be on fire.
Well, here's the deal. I think all the benefits we have aside, it is no picnic as a human living in that environment either.
No.
You know what I mean? It was almost easier maybe when you like lived on a farm and just was subsistence living, taking care of your family and stuff, because you had your work cut out for you.
You go trade with your neighbors.
Right. Like that life was simpler, slower life.
Yeah.
Like now, most people like
isolated from everybody,
if you have
grinding to
needs,
make money to try to eat.
Right. So you work at a shitty job you don't like. Your free time is spent on this, and you don't have. You're disillusioned with the church, and you don't have any other purpose. So then you gravitate towards a political cause, and then you're rioting for Trump or Black Lives Matter, and you're burning shit down, and
everybody's angry.
Don't even know why.
Everybody's angry, and they don't know why.
And you cling to ideology more when you do that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, for sure. It's a meat grinder. The system, as it stands, is meant to keep as many people fat and stupid as possible. Because fat, stupid people want to keep being fat and stupid.
And they need health care.
And that's expensive. Here in America,
and you can't just unwind a system that already makes so much money because too many people benefit off it.
Yeah. So you got to start cutting motherfuckers' heads off. Chop, chop. Chop, chop.
Yeah.
And I mean, historically, that's what happens.
Yeah.
And, disparity gets large enough.
Exactly.
It'll happen.
Exactly. Dude, I had this thought. So I was at a gas station the other night. This was a while back, actually, maybe a month
And
or
he
two
was like,
ago.
let me burn down a bank.
Well, I saw this guy.
Uh-huh.
He was ahead of me.
Uh-huh.
And it looked like he was a little, hard on his luck, maybe a little poor. And
how do you judge that? What tells you that?
His race, and I'm just kidding.
Jesus Christ.
I'm just kidding.
Wow.
I'm just kidding, dude.
Don't touch me. You're one of the dirty whites.
Oh my God. I don't remember. I think he was white. I don't know.
He was a nondescript ethnicity. he was a vague ethnicity, and you saw this individual, and you're like, poor. Was his car dirty?
How he was dressed, maybe. But
you were walking when you saw this person.
I was in line at the gas station.
In line at the gas
QT.
station. Okay.
Right. Yeah. So I didn't see
And
his car.
You saw a dirty poor.
Yeah. So anyway, I saw the dirty poor guy. And he rang up his thing, and maybe it was a pack of cigarettes or something, and she gave him the total, and he went in his pocket and pulled out a couple of crunkled up dollar bills. And I was thinking to myself, what is stopping this guy from punching this woman in the face and just taking what he wants? Because he would have every right to, in my opinion. Like, because I'm watching the price of everything go up. I'm watching, like, this guy didn't do anything for this system to get so fucked. And then I was like,
You're so torn.
There's not enough cops.
You're so torn, David.
I'm not torn. I know. Okay, so I know capitalism. I know we're in a bad spot right now, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not. And I know how
we're on the verge of societal collapse.
And we teeter on anarchy with supply chain issues and the wealth disparity. Like you said, the gap gets big enough. There's no telling what anybody would do if people stop trusting in this system. That's why it's horrifying to me when people doubt the election results. Forget what your opinion is, but if we don't think the election's valid, then people.
If anybody thinks the election fucking matters,
I don't want to talk about that.
It's so ridiculous.
If it matters, oh yeah, sure. But anyway, do you know what I mean? Like, I was thinking that guy, like, what's stopping him? If there aren't enough cops.
Basic human decency.
Sure. But when it's eating and it's your family.
It becomes a different thing.
And
people will
the
tolerate
collapse of society could happen in 3 weeks, I think.
It could.
Or less.
Sure. Absolutely.
And now it's almost like we're conditioned to not be that thrown off by that type of thing.
And we're also conditioned to go out in the street and fight each other instead of helping one another. That's been purposeful also, for sure. It's all a big swizzle. It's bullshit, man.
It's pretty fun, though.
The left and the right, the Trumps and the Bidens, like, look at what's happened. Look at what's gotten accomplished by either. They're the same fucking party. And people that act like it's not, they're fucking crazy. It's crazy. The whole gambit of motherfuckers, Bernie included, are fucking.
Yeah.
They're not getting anything done for anybody. And they're not going to. It's not designed that way.
It's designed to not move fast. Yeah. Which is a good thing.
At times.
I do not think any one person having his way unilaterally with this nation would be a good idea. And that's actually why I thought, having a guy like Trump, as unpredictable as he was, it's good to have a system that checks that. Same with, a leftist being in there. But it is a freaking mess, I think. With the corporate side of things.
Greed runs the country.
It does.
Greed runs the country, and that is it's not a great way to run a country. You can't run a country like a business because people aren't commodities. They're people.
No. Yeah, we don't own people anymore.
I mean, not on paper.
No.
But I mean,
but people are owned by their vices,
by their situations, by their circumstances, by wage slavery. Fucking.
But let's talk about some positives, though.
Yeah, let's talk about some positives. I feel like this got off the rails a little bit.
No, I don't care.
Okay,
but I'm actually just trying to think through the. I think there's positives in that, like, human beings are smart when they want to be. If you want to learn, if you want to make yourself better, if you want to learn something, if you want to improve your. Like, you can learn anything you want on YouTube. Yeah. You can learn a lot of shit that's bullshit, but you can, in terms of like a skill or.
Yeah, for sure.
People are getting. I wanted to make a theory that people are getting smarter, like, as a whole.
I don't think that's so.
Like
based on my
like the
daily
level
interactions
well,
with
sure.
the populace.
Yeah. It may not be all one or the other, but I think people are consuming a lot of information now just because of access to it.
Too much to process.
Like there's shit that people believed 20 years ago that's complete bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like collectively, like the tide of awareness is kind of rising.
Well, I think
is my impression.
internet literacy is partially to due to it because partially to due to it. It's due partially to internet literacy. I think what you're talking about is like because like people our age, because I'm 31, you're 32.
I'm old, 33.
33.
I thought you were so much older than me.
Yeah, I thought I was too when I found out. I am, but
Fuck
I definitely thought you were younger than you are when I found out you were in your 30s. I was like, oh Jesus Christ,
I'm just
this fucking guy. But I think like when we were in elementary school, like they were starting to have classes like on computers,
right?
And like
we had to learn how to type. That was the whole
right. Like, and my whole, fucking time in school, like computers were a thing, and fucking the internet was a thing you used at school. Like you learned how to navigate the internet, and through like looking at bullshit like Newgrounds and funny junk and dumb shit like that. Like you start to see, like you could tell, like, oh, that's not a real picture. Duh, that's obviously not a real picture. My brain knows this doesn't make sense.
Right.
But somebody our parents' age would go, Jesus Christ, it looks like Jimmy Kimmel's got tits.
Oh my God. Like
Jimmy Kimmel got tits.
Like that's a UFO. Unbelievable. Right. I believe in aliens based
right.
on that. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You ever look at old memes that used to be funny and now you're like, what the hell? Like that's not funny at all. Like the evolution of how we...
I got a laptop that should probably just be chucked in a river.
Yeah. But yeah, so in some senses, I feel like...
There's positivity out there as humanity clings to its last semblances of hope.
Mark Norman made this point on a show, but I agree with it, is that we have a lot of extra time because the innovations that have happened have made it easier and faster to do shit. Like booking a trip is really fast, or anything. Tons of examples, like online banking. You don't have to go in the bank anymore. Like all this stuff. So you have all this extra free time that you can fill with TikTok bullshit or learning stuff. Yeah. So, yeah.
Most people fill it with worry,
anxiety. Yeah, because that's
or work.
Why not?
A lot of people have work to fill that time. What's crazy to me is, and this is like, I'm on the cusp. Like I go back and forth. Like I hate being alive as much as I love being alive. I hate people as much as I love people. I'm always right down the middle as far as that's concerned. Like a fire could take the planet and that'd be good, but maybe we'll have utopia in 600 years. Who knows? It doesn't matter. None of this matters. That's fucking entropy, but I think
entropy.
I think that fuck, I had a whole thing. Hold on, I'll catch it. Hold on. Fucking, where was it?
Positives, negatives.
Fucking, before that, what was the fucking, where'd it go? God damn it.
Did you have a hopeful message there?
It was in the middle. What was it? God damn it.
Well, I was going to go back to what you think of it. And by the way, when is your show? Because I want to make sure.
Probably head out here in 10 or 15.
Okay. I was going to go to Adam's
thing
at 7, so that's... Yeah, that would put us at 7. Is that cool?
Yeah, that works.
So, remember how I said religion, like, one of the doubts I have is my experience when putting it to the side is happy.
Yeah.
Not always. Like I still wake up every day, but I have like I'm moving forward towards something I enjoy, like comedy and like this stuff. It's so fun. That is a positive. So despite the world seeming like it's the apocalypse every other day, I don't want it to end.
Yeah.
And that's the first time I've ever thought about that. And it was that way, like since I've been doing stuff like this. Before, I was kind of like, I don't give a shit if I die tomorrow almost.
Yeah.
Because my faith says this is where I'm going. That's eternity anyway.
Yeah.
Who gives a crap? I just gotta grind it out and suffer until the end, and it's over. Now I'm like, it's pretty awesome when you start to do stuff you love, and you know, and your world kind of opens up more, and then you meet cool people and stuff. So on a micro local level, I think there can be a lot of bright spots. You
absolutely, 100,000%. I am a big proponent of do what you can, like what can you touch, be as good of a friend and fucking family member and person to the people you interact with as you can be, because that's all an individual can affect. And like as far as the
and there's real happiness there too. That's not just like a consolation, like no, like there's a real genuine enjoyment to doing things with people and for people and because of people, and like that's all you can do is try to be the best version of yourself you can be and not be a fucking asshole. That's like the goal, really, is to not be a fucking asshole. Yeah.
Which a lot of people don't give a shit about that.
Yeah.
A lot of people are the main character of their fucking crazy little story.
Yeah.
It's wild.
You automatically think you are, I think, because of you have a body and it's natural to feel that way.
For sure.
But
and it's like everything we take in fucking media entertainment wise is geared towards that perspective.
Yeah, it's geared towards your individual.
Right. But
you're the center of the world.
It takes a certain level of emotional maturity and fucking depth to be like, well, there's other people though.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you can see it just driving around, like how people drive and shit. The people drive like they literally are the only person that's driven anywhere ever.
I drive
how the fuck could you be? You're in the fucking way, dude. Did you not realize I'm going to the fucking bank? Get out of the fucking way, dickhead.
Yeah. Yeah.
They cut you off and do crazy shit and brake check you and then get mad at you and you're like, I was just driving here. What the fuck? This is bullshit.
Yeah. I drive like that.
I'm sure you do.
But I also swerve all over the freaking road. I mean,
just exerting your privilege all over the road.
Oh yeah, totally. Privileged driver for sure. But how do you think comedy relates to that? I get real philosophical with comedy, so I might be like, as
how it relates to fucking
helping yourself not be an asshole. Because I feel like audience members kind of tell you with how they look at you sometimes.
It takes, empathy and emotional intelligence to be able to be good at comedy.
To connect to, right?
Yeah, so you've got to be able to understand those dynamics and read people well enough to know when they're uncomfortable, to know when you're doing poorly. Like, you need to be able to put yourself in the position of others and understand what you're doing and how it comes across. There's plenty of times, like, people that have never seen me might legitimately think I'm a fucking crazy person.
Yeah.
Like people that see me for the first time, they might be like, holy shit.
Yeah.
They pulled in a fucking deranged maniac.
I mean, I had a reaction the first time I saw you. I think because it was, you don't always yell the whole time.
No.
But I think it was one of those.
Sometimes I do,
Right.
And it's one of those things where it's like, I know exactly how I come off.
Right.
I am very, very aware of how I look when I make certain faces. I'm very aware of my tones. Everything is really purposeful and fucking timed out. Like I know for sure how this is going to go. And if I don't, then I'm looking for feedback, from that same thing. Because like the best thing about comedy, the greatest thing about comedy is when you can hive mind with a whole room of people. When you can hive mind with people and like you've gained their trust, they're going on a little trip with you, whatever crazy shit you're going to say is going to fucking, they're about it. They're in there with you. You're fucking in their brains. They're not thinking. You're thinking. You're doing the words and they're just,
but you're
you're pulling them along.
You're on one same page.
Yeah. And that's when the shit is the best. And you can't get that if the whole world is just you. If
Yeah.
you're just thinking about you
Right.
and how funny you are and how good you are at this and fucking
They won't
no,
tune in. They're yeah.
no.
It's so weird how they can tell.
Mm-hmm.
They don't need to be taught.
They can
that.
smell it.
Yeah.
They can fucking smell it. When you get up there and you're full of shit, they can smell it.
Do you think anyone can fake it, or do you think
For sure.
it's a skill that could be mastered, and you could be the most evil douche for real, but be the most charismatic
Well, I mean,
shyster?
Bill Cosby.
True.
Fucking
Great example.
The America's dad.
Yeah.
One of the most prolific serial rapists in history. Like,
Yeah.
fucking, it's, regardless of them letting his crazy ass out or him fucking going at the fucking camera at his hearing and shit, like,
Yeah.
regardless of any super goofy shit, like, motherfuckers that do shit like that, motherfuckers that fucking chimos, fucking rapists, fucking domestic assault motherfuckers, like, piece
Yeah.
of shit motherfuckers, learn how to manipulate to be the nicest guy.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking cool guy.
Clean comic.
Hey man. Clean comedy. That's
a red flag.
fucking, it can be.
Yeah.
There's rumors.
It reminds me of the church,
Yes, exactly. Like,
because
we're so good that we couldn't possibly be doing anything bad.
yeah, it's like that look you just made. It's like that creepy,
Yeah.
like
Hi there.
I get a call. Welcome to
Come on in.
welcome to,
We're gonna have communion.
welcome to Sunday school.
We're
Eat
gonna,
the crack.
We're gonna learn about Moses and how he parted the Red Sea all by himself with the power of the Lord.
Oh my gosh.
It's just, it's disingenuous.
Yes.
But there are
Yes.
people who can hide that and manipulate their way, like, and comedy and entertainment in general, anywhere where there's like a power dynamic of like,
Do you think that's about power too? That bad behavior is about
For sure.
To me, it seems like that. Like
well,
the
and
power
I mean,
you have over
something broken
the women you
in their fucking mind, something broken in their
Right.
brain, something fundamentally, fucking detestable.
yeah.
Like I personally think that fucking, fucking pedos especially, fucking, cut those motherfuckers in half,
Right,
dude.
right,
Like,
right.
your brain's broken.
Yeah.
Fucking let's stomp you out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Let's get another baby to replace that one.
Back in fucking caveman, fucking prehistoric man, fucking prehistory, fucking tribal times and shit. Motherfuckers like that get fucking just left out in the wilderness to fucking die.
Yeah, there's no
like
there's no trait that's beneficial to pass on with that dude.
Sociopaths and fucking pieces of shit like that get fucking, they take them out, man.
Yeah.
Fucking, if your predilections harm other individuals, what the fuck are you?
Yeah.
You're a fucking piece of shit.
I wonder if there's like a complex with the power they feel. Because I don't know, like, they're killing in front of thousands and thousands of people every night, telling them they're God, basically, by their laughter.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
It fucks some people
it
up.
probably
for sure.
does. Like Louis C.K. Like, I love Louis C.K. still, and I would hope he's forgiven only because I'm such a sucker for his art. I'm a fucking sellout, and I'm sorry. I love women, but I just he was the number one comic in the entire world. I mean, he couldn't have gotten any higher before that all came out, and it was like, pretty fucked up what he did, and that was like power over somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And
what's fucked is like there's safe environments for that type of shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I don't know, man. Like there's just certain motherfuckers ought not be breathing and shit. There's really there's a genre of human evil is real.
Yeah.
There's a genre of human being that ought to be lit on fire, and that's just how it is, unfortunately. And it's weird, but it's like you find the same thing with bands and fucking music and fucking actors and fucking anybody that gets into a position where they could be idolized. That creates a space for people to fucking take advantage of that power dynamic.
Yeah.
And there are people who will specifically seek out that space to do that.
Yeah.
Like that's what they'll do. And that shit's fucked.
Yeah.
But it's, part of the fucking
human experience.
Yeah.
Well, it's almost like you have to like take the good with the bad. Like the more like humanity advances, the more there's going to be awesome examples of good shit and really awful examples of bad shit.
Hopefully, hopefully humanity can advance in a Star Trek type of way and get to a point where everybody's needs are met and issues like that are fucking handled in the womb. Like you can fucking figure, oh, this guy's got the rapist gene. Let's go ahead and just cut that out of his head. Yeah. So he doesn't go around raping people. Yeah. That'd be good.
That's what happens in Star Trek?
I don't know if that's what happens in Star Trek, but I'd assume like they definitely
you make that up?
They definitely fix fucking deformities and shit depending, like Reading Rainbow, Geordie LaForge, fucking LeVar Burton. He had the option to have new eyes. But instead, he went with the visor because he didn't want the new eyes. Right. But it's like the technology is available for things like that to be fixed.
Sure.
So for the most part, things like that have been eradicated. Everybody's fucking exploring space and checking each other off.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody told me about Star Trek. I forget who it was. That like some of the things are believable as to what might happen way down in the future.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
They think through those themes pretty. Like there was some thought to what would you say? It's not just make up a bunch of crazy shit.
No, there's definitely some really good examples of what humanity could strive to be. In Star Trek for sure, but there is also there's a galactic federation in Star Trek that's like colonizing the universe.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I mean it's optional. You don't have to join the Federation, but they've got all the good stuff.
Yeah.
Everybody joins the Federation except the bad guys. The bad guys don't join the Federation because they're bad.
So everybody gets vaccinated.
Yeah. If there's so many episodes where like there's some outbreak or some shit and they have to fucking figure out some vaccination or fucking cure for everybody and like inoculate a planet and shit. It's probably one of those in like every iteration of Star Trek.
Yeah. So what do you think of the Greenville comedy scene right now? Because you were here before like the pandemic.
I think that it is more lively now than it's been in quite a while. Because when I started in 2012, there was a decent enough scene with a number of comics, but it wasn't super nice. When I came into comedy, like there was like I still don't have a lot of comedy friends, but I didn't make a lot of friends when I started doing comedy. Like that, it wasn't as open and welcoming as it is now.
Is it too nice? Is it too cutesy?
No, I don't think so. I think it's nice what you guys are doing. This new wave of comics that have come about in the past year or so. You guys fucking supporting each other and hanging out and stuff, and it's cool.
Yeah,
like, I think that's good. I think it's really good. I think there does need to be some level of fucking meanness, but I don't not like
keeping it real.
Right.
Yeah.
Like. You may have noticed I'm weird. I'm a weird fucking dude, and I'm standoffish. I don't engage in conversations I'm not invited into. I try not to fucking like bother people. I get weird interacting with people I don't know very well. I'm much more comfortable on stage. So like with all you fucking new guys, I've just kind of been watching and seeing what's happening, and fucking if people talk to me, I'll talk to them. But it's like I don't go out of my way to try to like. Hey, new crop of comedians. I've been doing this for
and you
like,
shouldn't.
It's weird, right? Like you guys are on a different. You're doing different trajectory. The community.
Well, we're just younger at it, so like I get it. Because
and I don't want to impose. Like I don't want to open myself up to be some kind of advice guru because I'm not fucking that. I don't want to fucking make people feel weird around me, which I know they already do. Like, I know you were intimidated. I know I do super aggro shit. So like, I know for a fact for people who are just coming into comedy to see me doing the thing that I'm doing has to be confusing and startling at times. Like fucking what?
Right. Well, you don't. I mean, I don't know. You don't want to talk to everybody in a corny way because like people quit every day,
and that's another thing.
Who's gonna still do it?
Right.
Why would I invest in anybody? Exactly. I mean, I would be nice to
exactly
people,
I try to be nice to people, but
it's hard and miserable.
7 months from now, are you still going to be doing comedy in Greenville? Are you going to move away and stop doing comedy wherever you move to? Like, what are you going to do? Because I've been here for fucking 10 years grinding in this fucking shithole, bro. Like, I've been fucking grinding in this motherfucker. I've been getting better doing 1-2 mics a week like a fucking lazy piece of shit.
Yeah.
And like as far as new comics go, man, like 6-7 months. And then it's like, do you make me laugh? And I've got that analytical. I can watch specials and just sit there. You know, like the shit's got to be some real gut punch shit to make me fucking laugh about it. So it's like, I'll watch motherfuckers, and if you're not funny, fucking, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I fuck with funny people.
Yeah.
If you make me laugh, if I think you can make me laugh, I fuck with you.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what the end all be all for me is, are you funny? Doesn't matter. Nothing else matters. As far as comedy is concerned, not anything else matters.
For sure. Yeah. Well, you know, I'm part of that newer group that like is annoyingly positive and stuff and shit. Like,
I think it's nice though, honestly.
Well, yeah, but you know, that was part of why I was like, holy shit, you want to be on? Because I was like, dude, I wanted this crap to be self-aware at least a little.
Yeah.
Because fuck it, podcasting, you know.
It's weird.
Like, it is weird. Have you ever thought about doing one?
I mean, before we started fucking with the NFT shit, we were planning on working on a podcast, and we kind of derailed that to go all in and work on this NFT shit. But I mean, Nasty Hooks probably will do a podcast at some point.
Yeah.
I haven't thought about doing one personally. I mean, I could. I got all this shit at my house. I don't have a green screen or lights, but which we have the same. We use the same fucking lights and green screen for our Nasty Hook shows.
Nice. Yeah, this came in a kit from Amazon.
Yeah. The newer, it's like got all the shit you need to fucking set it up and do it. Yeah. We use the same exact shit.
I don't think it was that much. I think it was like $100, $200 maybe.
Yeah, like $175, something like
pretty
that.
Pretty reasonable. Yeah, podcasting. It's like a cliche thing to say it's stupid now. Like, that's the thing.
Well, because there's 40 million of them.
Right. But that is kind of being like, you know, kind of so what, you know, is my...
Who gives a shit?
Yeah. And if you enjoy it, then...
There's 40 million comics trying to be funny, too. Who cares?
Yeah.
Fucking,
do you have fun at the open mic? You went, yeah, sure, I do. So why not?
Why not?
But yeah, I was pumped that you wanted to do it.
Yeah, man.
And,
you're a nice guy. We like obviously as the conversation unraveled, we don't see eye to eye on some things, and that's okay.
No, I like talking with somebody. We have a little different.
Right. Exactly. I'm you know, in a staunchly fucking unpatriotic camp at this point in time, you know. I that's neither here nor there. You know, you're a nice guy. You don't seem to be bigoted or douchey, really. So yeah, I came over. I'll come over and do it again. It doesn't matter, man. This is a fucking good time hanging out. Yeah, talking shit.
Hour 49 minutes.
Not bad.
No, could definitely go longer.
Yeah, for sure. I can ramble. Got shit to do today though. We both do.
I hear you.
You know.
So yeah, dude. Before I know you shouted out a couple of your things, but you want to like let's see, drop where people can follow you? Like,
let's see. The Nasty Hooks on TikTok, which haven't had a TikTok out in fucking weeks because it bricked my phone. It literally blue screened my phone. I was doing TikToks.
TikTok did? Yeah. So you have a Nasty Hooks TikTok? Yeah. You got shit up there. Okay.
I was putting out TikToks trying to promo the NFT drop, and it just like it was giving me so many problems. My phone's a piece of shit too, so I need a new phone. But TikTok, The Nasty Hooks, and then thenastyhooks.com. fucking soundcloud.com/thenastyhooks. There might be a handful of songs on Spotify still, but everything's on the SoundCloud if you want to go listen. It's pretty fucking crazy. Redbubble, The Nasty Hooks on Redbubble. We've got merch, fucking shirts, phone cases, whatever. They take an image and they fucking pop it on a thing for you. It looks pretty tight. I'm on Facebook, Travis Thuband, Thuband. Fucking all my other shit's attached to that. Not really too much else to shout out, really. I don't think I'm forgetting anything.
Lil Hemi.
Lil Hemi, yeah. OnlyFans /Lil Hemi.
Solidified Gravy.
Solidified Gravy. Yeah, no, I got to get that list committed to memory. I'm Travis Thuband.
That's not part of your act, is it? Is that
no,
part of your...
it is meant to be like
shit.
a bit.
I don't want to burn your...
Oh, no, it doesn't matter. Travis Thuband, a.k.a. Travis the Band, a.k.a. Travis the Band Travis. Fat Tits, Old Sloppy, Solidified Gravy, The Mangler, Repurpose Shame, fucking... God damn it! I gotta look at. I got a whole list I read off on stage. I do it fast sometimes. It's funny.
Yeah.
I need to get it memorized so I can just rattle it off the top of my head. But I haven't taken the time to do that.
Yeah.
But thanks for having me here.
Yeah, dude.
Thanks for watching David's podcast.
Yeah.
One more episode. One more non-suicidal week. Right? You're still alive.
That's right. And go see Travis. Seriously, like. If you come to any of the open mics, like, he's hilarious. Not all of us are, but yeah, it's awesome.
I'm the worst.
And Nasty Hooks is badass. Check that out. It's good shit. So, all right. Thanks, dude.
No problem, man.
Thanks for listening, everybody. See you next time.
Eat shit.